All right.
Yo, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yo, what up, man? It's another episode
For
of the
sure.
Thoughts Podcast.
Absolutely.
One half, I'm one half, Book De Niro. That's
Yeah.
the other half, 096.
What's really good, everybody? You know, we're gonna get this started so y'all could get back to whatever y'all was doing.
Yeah, it's 2026. It's a new year.
2026. Right,
New
New
York
Year.
got a new mayor. What you think
Absolutely.
about that?
I think that's a great thing. Not because we got a new mayor. Well, because we got a new mayor, and because of the age of the new mayor is new young blood in the mansion in Gracie Mansion, and hopefully he's gonna make it a change, man, and make everybody start voting for the younger constituents and bringing those fresh new ideas, and so we could get out of this funk that we in as America, as New York, you know, and
As New Yorkers.
as New Yorkers for now, yeah. But hopefully it'll translate into the big government, the upper echelon of the governments, and start getting those old blooded dudes out of there, old bloodhounds, you know.
Yeah, the progressive movement is taking hold of the Democratic Party in the same way that the MAGA movement took hold of the Republican Party.
Right, right.
I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. What is your stance?
I'm not. I'm not. I'm more, I guess, what they gonna call an independent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm for the people, man. I'm for the people. Whatever's gonna benefit the people is what I'm for. I think the red and blue of the government it should be done away with, man. No more parties. It should just be
You
for the
need a
people.
party though. Party keep balance.
You think so?
You need parties, absolutely. Parties keep balance.
Mm.
Even though Malcolm X said there's no difference between a Democrat and a
Right.
Republican. They both come from the same canine family.
Mhm.
One's a fox, one's a wolf. And I quote him verbatim.
Right.
You still need that to create balance. It
Right.
gotta be balanced. It has to be checks and balances in government. Because if one we see what's going on when one party got all control.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What's going on? You got the House, they got the Senate, and they got the White House. You see what's going on.
Yeah.
Shutdowns, government shutdowns, those, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People who need SNAP, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Supplemental incomes and all that is
Right.
suffering because of egotistical maniacs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand it, but I can't I can't speak too much on that because I don't really understand why they they holding up all of that stuff, or they don't care about the, like, it's a simple thing. Like, we're not asking for no handouts. We asking for y'all to give. Y'all don't want America to do great. Like, I don't understand that. Like, y'all want to say America is great, but y'all don't want us to be great. In all actuality, you want to give the illusion of greatness.
What is that simple thing though?
We
If
need
you had to,
we need
one word, what
health.
is that simple thing?
They need to. It really needs to be America first. They say America first, but it's not America first. We giving money to everybody but America. Like, everybody else got free health care, free schooling. These are things that you need to keep your country healthy and smart. You need to get ahead by smartness. Like, kids going to school, learning things that they need to progress the country. Not just Nobody leaves America with the knowledge that they get from America and go to another country. Except for who? Foreigners who we let in here, and we let them go to the school system, and they take that knowledge and money and send it back to their countries and progress their countries. And then once they learn all of that, then they don't come back here no more. And then we competing against them, you know? And I think that we should focus on education and healthcare for sure, and mental health. Those are the things that I believe. If we can focus on those things, I believe that we could turn around where we at in the world.
I don't know how I would have gave a shit about politics.
I wouldn't. I didn't.
If I wasn't forced to learn the law.
Right.
And to learn who makes the laws.
Right.
And to learn why they make the laws.
Right.
And to learn who benefit the most from the laws that they're making.
Mm-hmm.
You said something that was profound, the old dogs. Imagine if the Senate and the House was not stacked. I don't like that word stacked. Right. I was about to say stacked. But a majority of the senators and the representatives of the United States House
Right.
were 30-year-olds, 30-something-year-olds who see the world totally different than I'm in my 40s. Right. But I say 30s because I think that's the gap, that's the bridge between the young
right.
older.
Right.
I don't think you old when you're in your 40s.
No.
When you're in your 50s, you're getting old.
Right.
40s, you still.
I don't even think in your 50s anymore, man. Like I feel like I'm close to 50. And I don't feel like I'm like what I would think a 50-year-old would have been in the 80s and the 90s. Like, right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I feel like
the 80s was 80. Hold on, bro. I don't want to lose my thought, but I want to say this. A 50-year-old in the 80s was 80.
Right.
A 50-year-old in 2025 is 40.
Right.
50.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm not health-wise.
Right.
Mentality.
Right.
Worldly view.
Right.
Is different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I agree with you 110%.
Right.
The point I want to make is this. Right now, New York City has a new mayor. He's in his 30s.
Right.
My good friend, who I call my sister, Kalia Ali, her son Jacob,
right,
is running for mayor of, I think Philadelphia is the 5th biggest city in America.
Right.
Chicago's the 3rd. Houston, I think New York, Chicago, Houston. Philly might be the fourth or fifth biggest city, but Jacob is running for mayor
right,
of Philadelphia. He's not even 30 yet.
Right.
I met Jacob a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible guy. You know what I'm saying? His mother's one of my strongest, staunchest supporters.
Right.
You know, for my freedom and for my exoneration. But he's running for mayor of Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a big city.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mondani has set a trend.
And that's the same thing that I was glad about for him becoming the mayor or for him getting the overwhelming votes to be the mayor, because I feel like that means people mentality on younger people running stuff or being in charge or bringing in new ideas to change. Right. I think, and that's what we need.
To have their ideas, recognize their ideas to become law, which leads me back to just imagine if the House and the Senate, instead of 70 and 80-year-olds making decisions, making laws, and deciding what the law should be for people they don't understand and they will never understand.
Right.
It's time. I think that.
That's why we fall. That's why we have fallen behind, man. We have fallen behind because
people want to hold on to positions of power.
No, not only because of that, but because they have an antiquated, an analog way of thinking. They're not in the digital future yet. They think that computers is still taboo. I guarantee they don't even really know how to send emails like that. They barely send. They got secretaries, man. They say, "All right, take this dictation down, email this to such and such." They they don't they don't realize the future is here. Like it's here. It's at your doorstep. The reason the
each House member, each senator has a chief of staff.
right.
Each House member and each senator has a staff.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But do they listen to them?
Someone who used to write articles about me.
Right.
I wonder what she would think today if she knew that. Well, I'm sure she knows that the articles that she was writing about me was based on fiction
Right.
and not fact.
Right.
Her name is Lisa Schofield. She used to work for a York newspaper.
Right.
She's part of the staff now today for Senator Fetterman.
Oh, Fetterman, yeah.
And you remember I wrote her?
Mm-hmm.
I called her out on an article she wrote
Right.
about me that was not based on fact.
Yeah.
In fact, it was based on fiction.
Right.
And she said that she would rewrite the article, and she never did it.
Nope. Yeah, I remember she did. I remember we had an email, so yeah.
Yeah, we got the proof.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But so each senator, each House member has a staff, and you know,
and the staff is not
really,
this. Yeah, I'm listening.
They don't really they're not in tune or in touch with what's really going on. And when I say that, I mean the lawmakers.
Yeah.
Senators and House members are lawmakers. They
Right.
decide what the law should be.
Right.
Unfortunately, I was forced to become a litigator. I won't call myself a lawyer because I didn't go to school.
Right.
And I don't have a law degree, but I'm just as good as any lawyer practicing post-conviction law.
Right.
And out of these laws that they made and the bills that they signed off on, they were to a detriment more than they were beneficial. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's still like they were thinking of the past and how the past had affected where they were at now, right? So when they passed those laws, they was like, all right, we need to pass these laws and be more harsh on these convicted felons and drug dealers and criminals that are out here. But the criminals change. The criminals change. You know what I mean? The hustles change. Everything changed, and we got left, and they getting left behind, and the laws is hurting people because they like a cookie cutter type of thing, and the cookies is too big for those cookie cutters now. You know what I mean? And I believe, like I said, we need the young blood, and not just in America, everywhere, every country just needs to start integrating younger people into it because they're more in tune with what's going on in the world. People are still getting their news. Yeah.
Go ahead, because I just watched a special a couple nights ago
Mm-hmm.
about the news, and I want to get to that. When we brought the news up, go ahead.
Right. Yeah, I was just saying, like, people still getting their news from old sources that believe in the old ways of things and believe that things are black and white or one way, and it's not. You know, but get what was the news story that you
I watch Abby Phillip every night.
uh-huh.
Nightly news on CNN, and a couple nights ago, Tiffany Cross was on there. I
Yeah.
followed her on IG. I think she's very intelligent. She articulates herself very well when she's going up against the status quo. And she made a profound statement a couple nights ago about the news that people have given up on cable news.
Mm-hmm.
They have given up on news outlets because they feel like these news outlets are not covering or what's the word I want to use?
They selective in their coverage of what they cover.
The coverage is selective,
Mm-hmm.
but the stories in the news that they deliver is not what the people want to hear.
No.
The trust level has
Yeah.
sunk tremendously. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of young people prefer to go to their bloggers, their podcasters
Mm-hmm.
for their news.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was sitting there and I was thinking like, damn, she made a point.
Yeah.
Like cable news is competing with social media or
Right.
misinformation, disinformation, malinformation. And I quote her. She said that. I'm
Right.
quoting her. I'm quoting Tiffany Cross.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I believe the U.S. government was pushing so hard for the sale of TikTok. Because what was happening on TikTok was you were getting news from all over the world. You were getting live reportings of people that are in those war zones, in those situations, filming whatever they're filming and uploading it. So the news wasn't able to spin the narrative and tell you, oh, this is what's happening over here. They're bombing this and this is why we're bombing that. You know what I mean? You got these people posting up these videos of them going through the war zone and showing you exactly what was happening, and people started believing that the news was not. When you look at who owns the news, print and video news, it's only two companies really own the major news networks. That means we getting our news from a left and a right side that have their own agendas or can be bought. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was looking at like the Forbes. Somebody was talking about. I can't remember exactly what they were talking about, but they were just talking about how the Forbes used to be like a trusted site. I mean, publication where you could get there and you believe that the information they were giving you was 100% right. They did their due diligence. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, you could just buy. You could just buy your way into these things now. You could just buy the information that you want to be put out there.
I try to watch it all.
Yeah.
The Nation, CNN, ABC News,
Mm-hmm.
NBC News. I try to watch it all
Yeah.
because I'm gonna get a little bit from each.
Right.
But you're right. Like it's really like the ownership and what comes out of these outlets. We see it like the pressure. I think right more now than ever, man, the freedom of speech, and I embrace the First Amendment wholeheartedly. I'm a writer, I'm an author.
Right.
I wrote a nonfiction book. I got another nonfiction book coming out. I
Mm.
wrote a nonfiction book with Lorenzo Johnson. So freedom of speech is the First Amendment is very powerful.
Right.
But it's under attack too.
Yeah,
So
most
you got a
definitely.
situation where these outlets have to be careful with and selective with what they decide to publish and what they decide uh, to put out.
Listen, I wouldn't even believe that they would do the stuff that they doing, right? Like Trump is, what is he? Two for four for suing publications and news outlets for putting out false rumors about him, for altering video of him talking and making it spin a narrative that they want. And these are people that are against Trump. So if you again, it's almost like what they did to you in your case. Like they spin the narrative to make it look how they want it to look, and people just took it as that, and then it's like whatever. They like that's what the police said. The police told us this dude is responsible, so this is what we gotta believe, and it's 100% wrong.
Right, right. I mean, that's what power gets you.
Yeah,
That's why politics are very important.
yeah,
Your vote does matter. You gotta vote. Mandani is showing you of what your vote means.
right.
I'm a New Yorker. I
Mm.
was born and raised in New York. Unfortunately, I served a lot of time in the state I live in New York. I don't want to serve no time, but I was wrongfully convicted.
Right.
I had no choice in the matter, but I'm a fighter. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there's quitters all over this world.
Right.
I'm not one. I am not one. And sometimes the truth is all you have.
Right.
And you know, sometimes you get fortunate and you get to share your truth with people who matter.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, we you know words matter, man.
It does. They do.
Words matter. Under oath, they
Mm-hmm.
become evidence,
Right.
whether they're false or true.
Right.
And words matter, man. So I advise everybody who's tuning in, you know, and I constantly remind myself to use my words wisely, because words
Absolutely.
definitely matter.
Absolutely. And that's another thing. Well, that's a deeper conversation because I want to talk about words and how they matter and how people give new meanings to words, and then that becomes the culture. Like but that's another. We could have another discussion on that another time because that's going to be too long for the rest of this. You know what I mean? But it's just crazy. Also speaking of Mandani, he appointed my son as a part of his transition team. You know,
Shout out to my son. I got an
Mm,
opportunity to meet him.
right,
You know, congratulations for that.
right,
You know,
right. That's an example of somebody who took they downfall and turned it into a positive and pulled themselves up. And look where he at now. He's convicted. He a convicted felon, and he didn't
he
let that
served
define
7
him.
years in prison.
Right, and he didn't let that define where he was going to be or where he was going to be at. And he fought his way into those rooms, and now he's
Right,
he you know
right. Yeah.
so
You know, we got an opportunity, man, to you a New Yorker, you a Harlem nigga.
right. For sure.
But Jacob, again, reiterate, is running for mayor of Philadelphia,
Right.
and myself and you know people that's in the circle, we get an opportunity to become part of history to help
Right.
elect Jacob
Right.
as mayor of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna enjoy it. Whatever little bit of influence that I do have,
Right.
it's not much. But his mother, Khalil Ali, the daughter of the GOAT, the
Right.
greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. We
Absolutely.
getting out there, you know, we want to elect the next mayor, man. And if this is something that can happen all over the country,
Right.
cities, major cities electing new blood into politics,
Mhm.
that would be bananas.
Right.
That's how you make change.
And that's it. And I feel it's going to happen because these are like that's how you put a puzzle together, piece by piece. So to get the bigger picture, and that's what's happening now. And I believe that it's going to continue to happen. And as long as those young people stay true to change and not try to follow in the footsteps of the ones before them, I believe that we could turn everything around and make America great again for sure, or great in the first place.
America's already great, man.
Yeah,
America was already great, bro.
I know, I know, I know. I'm
I
just
mean,
that's their
it's
rhetoric. I'm just using their rhetoric
the
to
original sin, you know, on America is
yeah,
yeah, no doubt, no
yeah,
doubt, no
just
doubt.
I just use their rhetoric to you know, to
Yeah,
spur change to pull them into our cause. Maybe that'll help them. This is it. Young Democrats, young Republicans, new thoughts, you know,
right.
and
I
that
agree.
and that's it.
110%, man.
Yeah.
Yo, my new book is coming out
Oh yes.
any day now. It's called King's Disease. It is the third installment in my Urban Royalty series. I'm excited about this book. Speaking of Kalia, I can't wait to get it into her hands. She liked the war report. You know, she gave me a nice blurb for that joint.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grinding, man. I'm independent. We independent, man.
For
Like, you
sure.
know, if you this is nobody gave me nothing. Nobody gave me no
Nope.
money to start this company.
Nope.
Nobody gave me no money to, everything is independent. I
Absolutely.
invested in myself. We invested in ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And, go out there, man, and support.
Right.
Like,
It won't hurt you, man. It won't hurt you. It won't hurt you.
I made a post the other day, like, if you don't like the book, I'm going to give you a full refund.
Right.
That's a whole fact.
That's the cause, right? You show us the purchase, and we refund it for sure. And you can keep the book and pass it along with someone else. Maybe they'll like it.
Straight like that, If y'all wondering what's up with this motherfucking beard, I'm going with the beard now.
You going with the
I'm
beard?
Bro Talk being is going with the beard, and
Mm-hmm.
it does give me a distinguished look.
Right.
So I'm going with the beard. What you think?
It's a good look. It's a good look. It's a good look.
I ain't putting no motherfucking Beijing in this joint.
You ain't gonna put no Beijing.
No Beijing, none of that, man.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing the jewels on,
Yeah.
nice watch, nice chain, throw some threads on, and I'm gonna keep it regular, man. You know
That's
what I
it.
mean? I survived the drought, man.
Right.
Unfortunately, 30 years in the can for something I ain't do.
It's crazy.
I'm still in my 40s. I'll be in my 40s when I hit the town.
Right.
And I appreciate you, man. You helped me survive this drought, man.
Man, we survived it together, man. We survived it together. That's it.
That's a whole fact.
Yeah.
I wish I could say the same about other dudes, but
I mean, they more like anchors than lifeboats, man. You know what I mean? They just gonna hold you back if they not pushing your cause forward, or trying to spread the word about you, then they holding you back. Those leaves fell off the trees already. There's new leaves coming.
I was chatting with Hassan Campbell the other day, and I don't even know South from the streets, and I ain't know him when I was in the streets.
Right.
But he always show love, reach out or whatever.
Yeah, shout out to him.
To Chanel, same thing. I ain't know DJ Coco Chanel when I was on the streets,
Yeah.
but she always show love and check on the kid. And,
for sure.
So the circle's getting smaller.
Yeah. That's how I need to be.
From me, it's for a reason.
Yeah, for sure. It's grinding down. And last words is, you know what to do, man. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, cop those books, cop the new book, King's Disease, Urban Royalty 3.
I got 10 books out, 10. It's about to be number 11 in a couple weeks. I'm gonna have 11 books out. You know what I'm saying? Available on Amazon, available on my website. I got an e-commerce store.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to 2025. One of my goals was to become an Amazon bestseller. It didn't happen.
Right.
I'm not giving up on that. I think this year 2026. I think I got the right people in my life now.
We definitely go. That's definitely the goal.
I think that I'm gonna be able to pull it off this year. But King's Disease, I took that title from Nasir Jones, aka Nasty Nas Escobar, whatever y'all want to call it. But the story, I started writing this story in 2018. The first installment came out in 2020, Urban Royalty. The second installment was Red Ruby, and this is gonna be the third installment, King's Disease. This is the destruction of the King family. But you gotta read it, or you gotta listen to it in order to know what happens.
And then we're gonna have one more thing. If you buy all 3 of the books in the Urban Royalty series, you get a free shirt or a tote bag. You get an Urban Royalty or King's Disease shirt and tote bag, either or. you could choose. And that's if you buy all 3 books in the service. If you already got two of the books or one of the books and you buy the other 2 and you bought it from, you just show us proof of purchase, and I honor that as well. I honor that as well. If you get whatever you got, if you show us all 3 of the books, we'll give you that as well.
That's a whole fact. That part. All right, this has been an episode of the General Thoughts Podcast.
For sure.
Again, these are just general thoughts. We're not
That's it.
freestyling.
No.
But they're general thoughts. And
Right.
we're going to keep going, man. We started with a mission, and our mission was to continue to be able to tell my story, to create a platform that allows for me to continue to tell my story of a wrongful conviction of a young black kid from the Bronx, wrongfully convicted in York, Pennsylvania.
Right.
When it didn't happen, it didn't have to happen that way.
Absolutely. All right, so we signing out. See y'all next episode. Easy.
Peace. Happy New Year's.
For sure. Happy New Year.